What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 244 prediction videos happening this Saturday from Madison Square Garden in New York. I'm super excited for this. The entire card is stacked. Be looking out for me to do other videos, some renegs, some extra predictions for the prelims, because this probably won't be it. The whole card is super stacked, but we're just going to talk about the main event right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, first up, I'm choosing Kevin Lee to beat Gregor Gillespie, and this is one that I say check out for the renegs, because I'm not sure about this one. It's been a while since we see Kevin Lee. Be checking for the renegs. Next up, I'm choosing Derek Lewis to beat Blagoy Ivanov. I'm choosing Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to beat Vicente Luque. That's another one that I'm kind of teetering, going back and forth, because Vicente always seems to pull out fights. Wonderboy's going to have the reach advantage. He's going to be able to use those kicks. I think he'll be able to point his way to a victory. But Vicente has that mentality where he's like, I don't give up. He can get inside, and he seems to will his way to victory. So that's the other one I was kind of teetering on, but I am going to go with Wonderboy for now. Now, co-main event, and we are seeing Kevin Gastelum take on Darren Till. Now this one I'm really going back and forth on, but let's go ahead and start it off. Darren Till's coming off of a loss, being KO'd, I believe, by Jorge Masvidal. So yeah, he needs to get back. He's going to have the reach advantage. I think he's going, not think, he's going to have stronger kicks. His body movement's going to be quicker. As far as quicker hands, I'm actually not quite sure. Because Kevin Gastelum's boxing is surprisingly good. His hands are surprisingly fast. His hand speed with the boxing. We know he's got that Mexican chin, so he's going to be able to walk through a lot of shots to get inside of that range, and he will do that. He will turn it into a brawl. He will take those shots. He will walk you down. He will get his hands on you. So what will happen when that happens? This is a 3-round fight, which I think favors Darren Till. The longer this fight goes on, I think the more in favor of Kevin Gastelum. I think he'll wear on Darren Till, because if he can't get with him with the hands, which he surprises with Israel Adesanya, how much he could get with him with the hands. So if he doesn't decide to do that, he does have the wrestling background to fall back on. I do believe he does have the advantage on the ground. I do believe if he gets his hands on him, he'll be able to muscle him up against the cage, wear on him, make him hold his body weight, and zap that energy and open up opportunities for later on in the fight. So the longer this goes on, I believe it favors Kevin Gastelum. But like I said, this being a 3-round fight, I think is just better for Darren Till, period. I think he's more explosive. He'll have quicker kicks, like I said, for sure. He's more dynamic. I think he'll have to establish that range and get Kevin's respect early. You need to be first. Either way, Kelvin's still gonna walk forward, but you need to be first. You need to get his respect early, try to make him hesitate, point your way to a victory. You want to say possibly open up an opportunity for a KO, but again, Kevin got that Mexican chin. So we'll see. Maybe you'll be the first person to knock him out if you can put in the work, throw the feints, try to bait him into bad movement, have long punch kick, knee combinations, have great footwork to try to open up an opportunity to get the KO. Maybe you can be the first, but I don't know. So, who's going to win this fight? It's very important. Kelvin's ranked, I believe, number 4. So if Darren wins this, he automatically puts himself back into the title fight. If Kelvin wins, he automatically puts himself back into the title contention, the title talk, especially with that great fight that he had against Israel. So I'm going to go with Kelvin. I think he might be able to wear on him. And Darren, I expect Darren to show us something new. I expect him to. He doesn't seem like the one to take this losing lightly. I'm gonna go with Kelvin. I'm like I said, be looking out for the renegs, because I might renege on this one. But right now, let's just go ahead and move on to the main event, and we're seeing both my boys. I'm so excited for the BMF Baddest Mutha on the planet belt. They're actually creating an actual belt. This is not the first time they've done this. I should have looked up the name of the video online. It has a great history of the kind of off-the-wall novelty belt that they've created in the past, including just recently in boxing with Floyd Money Mayweather against Conor McGregor. They actually created a money belt and presented Mayweather with that belt for beating Conor McGregor. So this is not the first time this has happened in combat sports or in the UFC. Again, I should have got the name of the video, but he really lays it out how they've done this before. Either way, they've done this before. So I'm super excited that they actually created a belt. I love the WWE, so maybe that's the WWE fan in me, but I'm geeked for it. I'm like, yes, let's do this. BMF Baddest. All right. We are seeing, I don't know who's ranked higher. Actually, I believe Jorge is. So Jorge Masvidal, who just had a spectacular, what was that, 2-second, 4-second victory against Ben Askren, who just lost in an incredible, we'll talk about that right after this. All right, we'll talk about that. Incredible victory against Ben Askren, against my boy, they're both my boys, but you are my boy, Mr. 209, Mr. Nate Diaz, who just came off a spectacular victory against Anthony Showtime Pettis. So let's go ahead and get into this. After he beat Showtime, he called his shot. He said there's not too many OGs in the game like me. He called out Jorge Masvidal and he got this fight. Now we have him, of course, with his black belt in jiu-jitsu, of course, with that boxing hybrid. He's more of a boxer hybrid pedigree with his hands. He has learned his lesson as far as leading that lead leg and not checking the kicks. Nate Diaz, hello, he checks kicks now. He's one of those people who has to see his own blood and kind of get hit in the face first before he can really start going in the fight now. But he's scrappy. He's perfect example of working his way to an opportunity with the feints, with the jabs, with the movement, with the deceptively fast hands and deceptively hard-hitting punches. He is cumulative damage, yes. You don't see any one-hitter quitters, but those punches do hurt. And as you see, he always busts up it. When I say busts up, we're talking bleeding bumps and bruises all over the face, taco meat type busts up his opponents by the end of the fight. So that cumulative damage definitely works in his favor. And then, of course, he has that slick submission game that he has. He will snatch up a leg. He will go for a flying that, pull you down to the ground and go for a submission. He has good wrestling as well. Good wrestling takedown defense as well if you try to take him down, because he's all long and thin, so you think he's weak, but he's deceptively strong. Now, Jorge Masvidal. With the kickboxing, now he is not deceptively strong. Everything Jorge throws, you can hear it. It sounds and looks hard. It opens up welts with his knees. With his elbows, and he will come off the cage on that. He will do a somersault on that ass. Okay, he's unorthodox. He debuts new moves, and he has a great submission game. Someone let me know the belt level of jiu-jitsu that he has there. If he's a black belt, what that art is. My bad for not being prepared on that. I'm sorry. But all right. But these are both, he's explosive. He will be first. I don't think he's going to catch Nate the way he did Ben Askren, but he will be first. So Nate's going to have to be first. He's going to have to get his respect and get it early. Nate does have the reach advantage, but I don't think that really matters with the type of style that Jorge uses with the in and out darting style. They both talk trash. There's going to be a lot of that. I don't know if it's going to actually penetrate either fighter and get either fighter off their game, because they're both very good at that. But we'll see if they can get on each other's nerves. That will change the dynamic of the fight out of character, get into these brawls, or if they stay skilled and technical. Anything could happen here. We can see a 5-round war. We can see submissions in the first few minutes. We could see a KO, whether it be the hands or the feet or the knees in the first few minutes. We could see anything here. Anything. This is going to be a highly skilled match. I think there's going to be a lot of trash talking, a lot of funny moments, a lot of personality. This is going to be a show. This is going to be a show. This is going to be an entertaining. In the fight, we're going to see their personalities. Both of them show the personalities in their fighting styles. I'm so geeked for this. So excited. Who am I going to pick? As I said in my last video, I apologize to my boy, Mr. 209. I said I'd never pick against you again, so my biasness is showing here, and I am going to pick Nate Diaz. But I don't know. Okay, let me know who you're going to pick. Any injury updates? Okay, real quick. So Nate popped positive, I guess, or some kind of fogginess with the PEDs. He put out the information himself. He said, I've been pulled out the card. You're not going to have me fight. And then pull out say this negative or positive test results afterwards. Come to find out it's been cleared. It was a mistake or tainted substance or whatever. He's been cleared. There is no infraction, so everything apparently is fine. The reason why they do this, they give you the option not to come out with it, is because we've seen this happen in the past. Someone pops for a PED, and then it comes out it's a mistake, it tainted this, but their reputation's already been tainted. So they give the fighters the option to save face just in case a mistake has been made. So I actually agree with that, but Nate's like, no, I'm a G. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put everything out in the open, so there's no question. So that's how he rolls. Either way, apparently he's been completely cleared of the matter, and I just hate that we even had to have this issue, this hoopla in the first place. But you let me know what you think of that whole situation as well. And again, all of your picks, any injury updates, how geeked you are for the fight, the entire fight, including the prelims. Talk to me about everything. And real quick, so yeah, Ben Askren lost to Damian Maia. It was a good fight. They were going back and forth. Ben Askren, Damian Maia was clocking him with the hands, but then Ben actually showed, I believe he's been working with Duke Rufus, and he showed that he's been trying to learn some hands. He was putting together some jabs and things. He landed a two-piece at one point. He managed to take him down, land some ground and pound while trying to not get submitted. There was a lot of reversals there. This was a great fight. This was a highly skilled fight on the ground. We saw all of that. It eventually ended in the third round with Damian Maia, Ben Askren going for the takedown, Damian Maia reversing the situation, grabbing the back, and eventually sinking in a rear naked choke and choking Ben Askren all the way out. Sleep. Fantastic win. It was a great fight, highly skilled fight, some serious grappling exchanges that you need to see. If you're one of those people who are always saying, oh, the grappling, the wrestling's boring, this was not. So please check it out if you did not. So give me your comments on that fight. That whole card, the whole card was good, by the way. Oh, the whole card was good. The Stevie Ray, Michael fight, the whole card. So please check out the whole card. But again, give me your thoughts on the whole card, and especially that main event, and especially, again, the event that's to come, UFC 244 from Madison Square Garden. All right. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I said I will have some updated picks, some read next, because this whole card was so hard for me to pick. I'm on Snapchat now. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.